everyone, in this video we are looking at a real case highlighting mental health stigma and system failures in Malaysia. This is the story of a young Malaysian woman diagnosed with 3 major mental health conditions. First, bipolar 2 disorder, which involves depression and hypomania. Second, borderline personality disorder or BPD, linked to emotional instability and impulsivity. And third, obsessive compulsive disorder or OCD, which includes intrusive thoughts and compulsive behaviors. She frequently visited emergency departments due to suicidal thoughts and attempts, but despite these red flags, she never received consistent long-term psychiatric care. Her case reflects a deeper issue, not just the burden of mental illness, but how the healthcare system failed to support her in the long run.
Hi, my name is Nur Nafisha. Let me explain the crisis cycle phase. It starts with an emotional crisis where an individual feels very depressed and has thought to suicide. And of course, they will go for an emergency department at hospital for help. But hospital give them only a short-term treatment so that they feel better for a while. But after leaving, they will get no long-term care, no therapy, and no community support. Because of these problems, come back again and again. The individual return to the emergency room and the cycle repeats. This cycle shows that our healthcare system is reactive, not proactive. Each hospital visit is a missed chance for real, lasting support. To break this cycle, we need to have a better mental health care, not just emergency help.
My name is Gosingi. I want to talk about the 2 important types of the stigma. First, self-stigma happens when a person feels ashamed of their own diagnosis. For example, she might fear being labeled as weak by others. Because of this feeling, she may avoid regular therapy or not seek professional help, which can delay recovery. Second, social stigma refers to negative belief held by society. Many people wrongly think mental illness is caused by supernatural force or that someone with mental illness is simple weak. This leads to judgment from family and the community. Additionally, in some cultures, mental health is a taboo subject and rarely discussed openly. Both types of the stigma are harmful because they discourage people from seeking help, which can make their mental health condition worse.
Hi, I want to share about the systematic healthcare gaps. First is about the long-term physical care. The patient discharged without follow-up or community of care. Second is about no access to DBT or structured temperature. Evidence-based treatment unavailable or unaffordable. Third is about the emergency department only provide short-term relief. The case management without addressing love cases. Last is because no community rehabilitation or support group. Isolation, post-discharge, lack of peer of community-based support. All we know is because lack of comprehensive mental health support.
Now, let's talk about culture pressure. Culture pressure is because of emotional suffering, because of isolation, with depression. Okay, let's not talk about the definition of emotional isolation and with depression. I want to give the real example of this culture pressure. Now, let's dive into one of the key barriers to mental health support in Malaysia. Culture pressure. In many Malaysian community, mental illness is not just seen as health issue, but as a reflection of one character or even a source of family shame. This leads to a culture where mental health struggles are often hidden and rarely talked about. There are strong expectations for individuals to achieve academic success, secure stable employment, and uphold family honor. When someone struggles with mental health issue, they may feel they are failing not only for themselves, but also their family reputation. This societal pressure can intensify feelings of guilt and self-stigma. Many individuals, like the young woman in our case study, avoid seeking professional help or consistent therapy because of their fear being labeled as weak or a burden. They are internalize this stigma, viewing their condition not as a treatable illness, but as a personal failure. Additionally, public misunderstanding about disorders such as bipolar 2, BPD, and OCD further worse the situation. These conditions are often mischaracterized as just mood swing, being overly dramatic, or simply being neat and organized. This ignorance leads to fear, shame, and isolation. To break this cycle, public education campaigns are vital. School and workplace need to normalize discussion about mental health. A real-life story should be shared to promote understanding and empathy. Overall, cultural pressure in Malaysia play a huge role in shaping how mental illness is perceived and handled by both individuals and their community. Addressing this pressure is essential to creating supportive environment for mental health recovery.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Yusrina binti Adinan. Today, I will briefly share the key solution to improve mental health care in Malaysia based on this key study. Firstly, we must tackle public stigma. Many still misunderstood disorder like bipolar 2 and OCD. Public campaign and mental health education in school can reduce shame and build understanding. Secondly, better diagnosis in clinic is crucial. Many general doctors miss or mislabel mental illness. Training healthcare staff and improving referral to specialists can help. Third, access to care is still limited. We need more support group, telehealth option, and affordable mental health service, especially for long-term treatment. Lastly, workplace must do better. Training manager and giving staff access to mental health tools can make work environment safer and more supportive. Together, this step can help break the cycle of stigma and improve life. That's all from me. Thank you.